queue to be told, no, you need to go back down and tell the girls down the stair that your ticket's not working. To which I looked down the stair and there was a bit of a queue at that point and thought, I'm not doing that. So I presented my ticket again and the girl let me in anyway. But, there's obviously still something wrong. I wasn't the only one that at that point in time there was a person beside me whose ticket didn't scan right either. So there's still an issue. So I just don't know if there's an ongoing problem with the system they're using. But again, it's not the end of the world. People, a lot of people get a bit dramatic about it and it's not a big deal. It was done and it's dusted. I think it was just the late nature of the late information coming through on the Friday night. You're all going to have to queue up on Saturday to get your ticket. You were thinking the worst. I certainly did think the worst at the time as well. But done and dusted. They dealt with it the best they can. So, you've got to give credit where it's due. But here we're going on to something where I would disagree where credit's due. No ID, Dernino, the Clans Twitter feed during the Cardiff game, absolute nonsense, one for the penalty box. We're not doing the penalty box this week, but the thing that kind of puzzled me about the Clans Twitter feed during the Cardiff game was they chose to retweet the Inferno, which then after the game went on to slag Hendricks into the ground. You just think it's a strange choice of retweet. If you're not going to tweet the game, then you're probably better not tweeting it than tweeting another club's unofficial forum who just get laid into the clan at our opportunity after the game and before and after the game. I don't know if that's what he's talking about, but certainly I did notice that myself and thought it was a bit strange. Graham, thoughts on that? Did you notice that?
Oh, I'm past the point of being surprised now. I mean, considering there was probably 3 or 4 clan orientated accounts that were covering the game, bear in mind that the club can pick and choose what tweets it wants to put out. The fact that I can't, is it really that disenfranchised from fan content that it doesn't want to go down that route, and it would rather put out fan content of the other team? I just don't get that at all. And as you say, the Infernals never want to be overly kind about the clan, and fine, that's a fan account and that's absolutely fine. But so why the club? And again, I've got to assume that nobody from the club was actually watching the game and was therefore issuing their own tweets. I don't know. I think the occasional kind of end of period update came up from the club, but yeah, other than that, they were retweeting the Inferno. So. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why they don't just use one of the fan accounts if they're going to retweet anything. If they don't like what the fans saying, then they don't tweet it. But
that's my point.
Choice of a few.
If you don't like what the fans are saying, then just don't tweet. If you're not at the game, then don't tweet. If you're not watching it, don't tweet. So that's it for another show. We would like to thank our sponsor, Goldstone Wealth Management. We'd also like to thank Neil Russell for giving up his time to join us. And thank you for listening, and remind you to get your competition entries in for the chance to win a copy of NHL 17, courtesy of Goldstone Wealth Management. You can do this via Twitter using the hashtag pod17, or you can email us at purplearmypodcast@gmail.com, and your first answer is the one we will use. You can access the podcast on our app, available on iTunes and Android platforms, and you can find us on Twitter at PurpleArmyPod, Facebook, Purple Army Podcast, or on the forum www.purplearmy.rocks.